What happens when a dream shatters? When two stars, who once shared everything, suddenly drift apart? What if the silence between them is louder than the words ever spoken? Welcome, dear followers, to another exclusive story on magazine news and gossip. If you're curious about what lies behind the scenes, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. You're about to hear a tale that will stir your emotions, so keep watching. Demet Özdemir has always been a name associated with elegance, grace, and unshakable professionalism. But lately, there's a quiet storm brewing beneath her polished exterior. What could have caused the stunning actress, whose smile once lit up the screen, to retreat into herself? Why did she walk the set recently, not with her usual energy, but in a state of profound contemplation? The answer lies in a relationship that, while it once flourished, has now left a mark on her heart. You see, behind every smile, there's a story, and sometimes that story isn't as perfect as the images we see. For Demet, the silence that now surrounds her relationship with Yaman speaks volumes more than any dramatic words ever could. From the moment they starred together, their chemistry was undeniable. They didn't just portray a love story on screen, they created a real one, witnessed by millions of fans around the world. But as with any fairy tale, reality has a way of intruding. It wasn't betrayal. It wasn't a scandal. But sometimes, it's the quiet things, the unspoken words, the gestures left undone, and the distance that can't be explained by a mere glance, that leave the deepest scars. This is what Demet has been grappling with. The people closest to her say, she once tried to understand. Perhaps Ken was just busy. Perhaps he thought time would heal everything. But over time, Demet realized something painful. There was no longer any real place for her in Can's world. Demet has always been strong. She's faced challenges with grace and professionalism. But that doesn't mean she's immune to being hurt. For her, the past with Yaman wasn't just a beautiful memory. It was filled with shared experiences, plans, dreams, and sentences left unfinished. But the most painful part? Ken never acknowledged her vulnerability. Maybe he understood it, but chose to do nothing about it. Their last encounter was telling. They crossed paths at an event, and Ken, without a word, a glance, or even a simple greeting, looked away. It was as if they had never shared anything together. No laughter, no repeated scenes, no moments of connection. And in that instant, it became clear. Something had broken inside Demet. Her eyes still sparkled, but the light was distant, a little more withdrawn. She smiled for the cameras, maintained her professionalism in interviews, but the pain inside her was palpable. Some disappointments are carried silently. Demet's disappointment isn't a loud rebellion. It's quiet, lived in silence, a weight that doesn't overflow but instead lingers, subtly shaping everything around her. As always, she's embraced her work, her projects, her art. Because, for her, it's in these places that she finds refuge. Yes, sometimes in the morning, her heart feels heavy, but that doesn't stop her. She's like a woman who draws strength from her own grace, showing that her greatest value is finding power in pain. But what of Yaman? He continues his life, surrounded by cameras, travel, and the spotlight. But whispers from those close to him suggest that, after that fateful encounter, he doesn't feel as comfortable as he once did. Perhaps, deep down, he realized what he had lost. Maybe, someday, he'll understand the price of letting that connection slip away without so much as a simple acknowledgement. And perhaps, in another time, another story, their paths will cross again. But for now, Demet Özdemir is walking her own path, strong and proud. She chooses smiles, not tears, because staying in the past is simply not her style. Her journey from disappointment to empowerment is quiet, but it's undeniably powerful. The constant goodbye that's never spoken, that is what Demet is experiencing now. With each passing day, she becomes more herself, not as an escape, but as a process of rediscovering her true self. For her, the hurt isn't an obstacle that stops her. It's just another step, taken with care. Life moves on, And Demet's closest friends say that during this time, she's more dedicated to her work than ever before. New projects aren't escapes for her, they're healing. As she transitions from one scene to the next, from one project to another, she reshapes not just her characters, but the emotions within them. It's not just about the professionalism of the actress, it's about the determination of a strong woman rewriting her own story. Now, Demet speaks with silence. What happened between them is more than just a breakup. It's the unspoken bond that once existed, now fractured. What they had was us, and over time, that us turned into two separate solitudes. It was a past clouded by silence and moments when they couldn't even look each other in the eyes. And maybe that's why it hurts so much. Because Demet approached it with real feelings, not expectations, but simply a desire for respect from the heart. Perhaps they were both right in their own way. When viewed from Cannes' perspective, things look different. International projects, a tight schedule abroad, the weight of fame, maybe can build his own walls to maintain emotional distance. Perhaps those walls have unknowingly hurt Demet, even though she may not realize it. Two hearts passing by, never touching, so close, yet so far. What ended it? Was it love or respect? Some relationships don't end in disappointment, but in the quiet realization that something is missing. And what's missing? A greeting. How are you? A thank you. Over time, you drift away without even noticing it. This is what Demet went through. More than love, it was the lack of respect for their shared past that stung. Because for her, it was valuable to maintain kindness and delicacy, even after everything that had happened. Demet no longer lives in the past. She lives in the future. Her path is now clear. She doesn't deny her past, but she doesn't let it define her present. Her strong posture, coupled with a tender heart, makes her an inspiration beyond the screen. As a woman, she carries both her delicacy and her strength. Even in her silence, there's a story that resonates with every woman who feels something but may not always be able to articulate it. Her close circle says that Demet has entered a new inner period. Now, she's not just reevaluating her experience with Cannes, she's reevaluating her relationship with herself. Frustrated, but not angry. Tired, but not disillusioned. Because she's one of those who decided to move forward, embracing all the emotions life throws her way. Some farewells are lived without saying goodbye. Maybe one day, Yaman will return and understand this silence. Perhaps someday, he'll realize the cost of that lost eye contact. But we don't know when that day will come. Maybe it never will. But for Demet, the waiting has ended. She's at peace with herself. And that's why her light shines brighter again. This light no longer just reflects her beauty. It reflects the journey of a woman who is broken, but chose not to be defeated. A woman who walked through the pain with pride, knowing that she's now stronger than ever. Because sometimes, the most powerful women are the ones who remain unshaken, even in their silence. And that's when they become truly unstoppable. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to magazine news and gossip for more exclusive content. Like and share the video with your friends. I love you all, take care, and see you next time.